In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the goal seek command. The goal seek command is on the data ribbon. I'm going to click on the data ribbon, and the goal seek is a what if analysis tool. We've got a spreadsheet here that basically we're looking at calculations for the possible purchase of a car, and we can do a lot of what if analysis just by plugging in our own numbers to the spreadsheet. But if we know what we can afford for a payment, the goal seek command can be very useful in coming up with that scenario for us automatically. Basically, when you have a spreadsheet and you want to use the goal seek command, you need to be solving for a cell that has a formula in it. So I have B8 selected, which has the payment function in it. So that's important to remember. Goal seek requires a a formula for you to use the feature. So if I go to the data ribbon and click on the what if analysis, you do have the goal seek command. It's one of 3 different what if analysis tools that we have in Excel. I'm going to click on goal seek, and a dialog box pops up. Now it's a pretty simple dialog box, and you just need to think a little bit about what it is that you're trying to do. So we're solving for B8. I had selected that before I opened the what if analysis or the goal seek dialog box. I could have clicked it after the fact too, but what I'm solving for is already selected. The value, you need to think about what is it that you could afford, or if you were using this in a different spreadsheet, what is our goal? And if my goal in this is to finance a car, let's say I could afford a $250 car payment as opposed to $316. Now the scenario over here is it's a 4% loan for 4 years. If that was the goal, or what the rates were, and I want to get it paid off in 4 years, I can say this is what I'm going to be looking at. By changing cells, what we have some flexibility here is the price of the car. So I'm going to click on B3. Now notice when I do that, it writes B3 as an absolute cell reference. It's nice to use these different text boxes and use the point mode, so you as a end user don't have to always remember, do I need a relative cell reference, or would an absolute cell reference be what I need? Notice it did write it as an absolute cell reference because it's going to go through and it's going to run some different calculations for us automatically, so it needs to be written as an absolute cell reference. Clicking on a cell takes that unknown out. If you're not quite sure, click on it and Excel will integrate what it needs into the formula. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK, and it did the calculation for me. And so it just ran automatically, and it's saying that, well, I could probably, if I've got a $1,000 down payment, that about a $12,000 car is what I would be looking at if I had $250 a month as a goal for my payment. You can accept that, or you could cancel it, and we could go back and do a different scenario. I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK, and basically the goal seek did that what if analysis for me.